boxing voice.
All right, we're live with Bryant Jennings. So, Brian, man, I just wanted to, get an update. We just seen a guy you're likely going to be facing whenever he gets his fight over with Stavern in Wilder. And it kind of made me want to ask you, are you going to take an in-between fight, to keep yourself busy the way that Wilder did?
That's the last thing that we're contemplating over right. Well, not the last thing. That's the first thing that we're actually contemplating over right now. We're trying to come up with that decision. Fish around for some, for some liable opponents. But I pretty much already proved my point, to the world. And now it's time for me to, get my shot. And it's a gamble. And like I said, we're still contemplating over taking that gamble. Depending on, who the opponent is. I'm not looking for, it's an easy fight like Deontay had, but I'm so focused on the goal, which is to become, the heavyweight champion of the world, that, I still contemplate over, whether taking that fight in between or not, because it's a very risky situation, and, I still don't know, but it's still in the works right now, but we just haven't come up with anything yet.
Now, the reason I ask is because their bout, it's not even scheduled yet. There's no secure date. I believe it was set for somewhere in November at this point. So, I just was wondering if you're going to, try and do what Jennings does and worry about that when you get to that point, or are you going to sit it out and just spar to keep, to stay fresh?
Well, yeah, like I said, that's still a tough decision to make because, I look at some opponents and I'm just like, what should I do? This just may be a question, for me to ask, everybody out there. So, you was in this position and, what would you do? Maybe, because it's tough, because it's kind of like, you're taking that gambles and it's, you want everything to be perfect, and then, for my handlers, like my managers and everything, everybody's doing their job, but it's just kind of like me. It's just like, I probably don't want an easy fight, and then they say, would it be worth it to take a tough fight? It's just like either or, because like I don't think easy fights would be good for, good, pretty much good for me, because it's like I may go in there with a mentality that, okay, I'm gonna win, only thing I got to do is do this, so I just got to stay focused or whatever. So I'm just contemplating over that, by the day, and we coming up with something, and if it happen, happen. If it don't, then I'm cool with it.
All right, because to me, I'm taking place to at least next year, simply because they had a tentative date of somewhere around November, and then you got December, so it's got, even if you give it 60 days for you guys to immediately make your fight, and you're talking January regardless, then you got to make sure that the television date is available. So again, I'm just worried about what Jennings is going to do in the in-between time. But I don't want to be the dead horse. I guess, what did you think of his performance? Since really we can't, there's not much you can say. You don't know what you're going to do at this point. So, what did you think of a possible future opponent in Deontay Wilder? What did you think of his performance this past Saturday?
I think the same of every performance that he's had. But this one was probably more technically poor, like literally, like it was technically poor. Like I just, I congratulate him, and anybody gets in that ring, and he's doing what he's doing, but I just don't. It's more so. It's my bad words are not more so for him. It's more so for the people that, that believes in him or that's on that bandwagon of his. And it's kind of like, that's embarrassing to pretty much, they're like they live and die for, Deontay Wilder. Oh, he's there's bombs away and all that shit. It's like, if you look at that, are you fucking kidding me? And are you serious right now? Like, but that's just that's what we have to say about the fans or the people that actually in support of him, this is probably why the boxing game is in the state that it's in, because I don't know what they're watching, I don't know what they're paying attention to, but it's not good at all, and it's very detrimental to the sport and to the division.
Well, I mean, this Saturday night on the main event, we had, Kell Brook upset.
Yeah, I missed that. Yeah, I missed it.
The reason that I even bring it up is because there's a correlation in Deontay Wilder and Kell Brook. I mean, in Kell Brook, he was a guy from the UK. We didn't get much to see. We seen him, 4-round knockout Sinchenko. We seen the Hector Saldivia fight and the 2 Carson Jones fight. But pretty much other than that, there was no names on his resume. I mean, comparing to Porter, it was leaps and bounds above, and he got the upset. So, Deontay Wilder not really facing competition doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't have the goods. Is what I mean.
It doesn't, and it doesn't. But that's not an observation behind. In our eyes, like that's. I mean, we're talking about what we've seen. We're not talking about regular outcomes or different scenarios and theories and things. We're talking about what we've seen. Now, what you see is what you actually get, and what you see is just kind of like what is this? It's like I said, it's technically poor. It wasn't a great performance. It wasn't. He didn't show anything at all in any of his fights anyway. And comparing the Kell Brook situation to that is kind of like because maybe in Kell Brook's situation you can see that this guy has this or this guy has that or this guy knows how to do this and that, but it's just like you comparing situations on paper, to Deontay Wilder. We're not talking about it on paper. We're talking about what we actually seen because this fight was, nationally worldwide televised, and I don't know if his was, but it was televised and people was able to see that. So going by what people seen, what did they see? Comparing what they seen, I don't think there's no comparison at all to Deontay Wilder and Kell Brook's career.
So is it safe to say that you would rather Deontay Wilder get the win because you feel you can expose those technical deficiencies that you feel he has?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think it's a bigger fight. I think it's a bigger market. Between the fight of me and him, and not taking anything away from Stavern. Even I think Stavern is going to beat him anyway. I just think it's a bigger fight. And it's more marketable. It has more. I guess it would have more meaning to it. I just look forward to doing it, and hopefully we can get it done, and I can expose those. I would point out some things, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. For when I have to get ready to fight him. But it's ridiculous. It's sad. It's very fucking sad, and literally, it's very sad. It's very sad.
Well, Bryant, like I said, we just wanted to get an update. We're going to always stay close to your career and continue to bring our readers, listeners, and viewers as much Bryant Jennings as possible. At this time, if you want to give any social media so we could include it in our article as well as this audio that we will be uploading.
All right, yeah. Well, everybody can, follow me at BY Jennings on Twitter and on Instagram and on Facebook at Bryant Baba Jennings. And, I'm over here just at home, being patient, not working too hard, just relaxing, and I'm ready for whatever, whenever.
Well, the Boxing Voice appreciates your time, and thank you again.
All right, thank you.
The Boxing Voice.